when I say I'm finna replace my DJ, he don't give me no hand gestures to tell me we ready, we good to go. Nothing. I just look up and he be like, "What the fuck is you doing?" Like that's how he be looking at me like, "Why the fuck you ain't started yet?" But y'all, I got somebody super special in the building with me today. Actor, media correspondent, singer. Yeah, I saw that on your page too. You trying to downplay that part. Singer, media influencer, and what I would like to call a community activist. And we're going to get into all of that, y'all. Andre Bellos is sitting here with the Loud Money Radio team.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for sharing the platform.
No problem. Okay, so before we get into everything that it is you do, where did it start?
You know, I don't really know, but I know my earliest memory is probably about 5 years old, and my mom was working at this hot dog joint in, I think, Niles or Des Plaines, Illinois, called The Works. And they had this wall of fame of all these, like, celebrities and news anchors that had came in there to eat. And, you know, I didn't always recognize the people on the wall, so I always would ask my mom, like, who are these people and why are their pictures and signatures on the wall? And one picture stood out. It happened to be this actress named Marlee Matlin. And my mom was like, she is an actress and she's deaf and she beat the odds to make it in Hollywood. So that's really where it started. I just always wanted a career in show business, and I always just wanted to be an actor. I guess it was just that little seed planted in my head and my heart from the universe when I was born. I got into music a little bit later, and then I kind of came back around to acting again. Yeah.
Okay, so we gonna start to the acting, because from the looks of it, that's like something that you are very passionate about. I did a little bit of research after our initial contact, and I saw you were in Southside, the HBO. By the way, I don't know what's going on HBO Count Y'all Days, because I've been looking for episode 303 and I can't find it. They don't have it up in the app yet. Count Y'all Days.
It's not out yet.
Because I was trying to watch it so that I can have some talking points about episode 303. Count Y'all Days. Get that up there.
I think it's coming. I don't know when, but I'm hoping this Thursday or next. I think it'll be at some point, but it'll be on a Thursday. Okay. Some point very soon. You know they don't tell me nothing.
Oh, it's all right. It's okay, because I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be watching. I actually didn't. I knew about Southside, but I didn't start watching it until I started doing my homework about things to talk about for the show.
Oh, cool.
It's a pretty decent show. It's a pretty decent show. It has its funny moments. I'm still waiting on the. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's a dope show. I did see in episode 2 they had a few people from The Chi on the show. They had Nina, they had Darnell, and they had Sunny from The Chi. So shout out HBO and Southside. You started off on Chicago Med. Mm-hmm. Was that your first casting role?
It was one of my first bigger casting roles. I played Drew Kiriuchi on Chicago Med. It was a featured role. I play a medical student, and you know, I think it was just one episode. I think it was something new that they were trying to try out and introduce, maybe a group of medical students that kind of lingered around the hospital from time to time. But yeah, I don't want to say that it didn't work, but it was just one episode and I really enjoyed it, and it's such a big show that everywhere I go people bring it up. So I can only imagine, I don't watch much television, but I could only imagine what kind of impact that show has had because of that. So I'm grateful to have been a part of it in an extremely small way, and yeah, I'm just so grateful for all my blessings. Y'all have no idea. I am a regular person, and I just came up in a regular middle-class household. My mom didn't even work the first 15 years of my life, and my dad was a truck driver. He drove a half semi and sold pickles out of it. So I didn't know anybody in show business. We did not know anybody in show business. We did not have any money. And I just started out as an extra right here in Chicago, and I pretty much, you know, I mean, I'm not self-made, and I don't believe anybody is, because we were all made by our parents, but You know, I really earned my seat at the table. No one gave me anything.
I heard that. I heard that. Everything happens for a reason, and I keep finding myself coming across guests of that nature because I feel like I'm going that same route.
Yeah.
I can't sit up here and say I did everything on my own because there were people who helped push me to this point. When the everything on my own comes in, when some of those people were doing things for their own benefit.
Right.
So they didn't do anything to genuinely help me. It's just the position that dealing with you put me in gave me fire to get to where I am right now. That don't go for everybody because some people really did help, and we appreciate the people that really did help. But yeah, so I think that's really dope. Now, I also saw that you were on Chicago PD and Chicago Justice.
Yes.
So now, was your Chicago Med character a part of those two, or were those like 3 different characters for 3 different shows?
So it was 2 different characters for the 3 different shows. Chicago Justice came before Chicago Med, and it unfortunately got canceled, but I played a state attorney investigator on Chicago Justice named Billy Coburn. And then shortly after that, I had done a real small background role as a cop on Chicago PD that I don't think anybody really remembered. So I don't think it interfered with me being Drew Kiriyuchi on Chicago Med. But I think the big thing for me, especially recently, has been Med, because I don't think anybody saw me in that PD role, and I don't think anybody remembers Justice because it was so long ago, or what seemed so long ago. Maybe not long ago to me and you, but to like the new generation and the new kids coming up and how quickly everything is moving. I mean, I just did an interview the other day, and was just really realizing that really the new group of people really don't remember anything past 2020.
Okay.
So I might be wrong about that, but I think I'm right.
I've seen a couple episodes of Chicago PD, but I wasn't a big fan of TV when it came about. And then because Chicago Med was attached to it, it was just like, whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just now finding out about the shows and watching episodes here and there.
They are great.
And that's the thing. Like, when you catch one, it's like, oh, it's good. It's like as Law and Order for Chicago type shit. You catch one episode and you get
sucked into a black hole.
No, it's better. It's way better than Law and Order.
No, I'm just saying, like, the vibe. Like, the first time I watched the Law and Order episode, I wanted to watch every single one. Now, some of them, I liked SVU the best. I didn't really like Criminal Intent, but it made you want to watch them because the writing and the storyline.
That's how Chicago PD is for me. I never watched when it came on. Then I started watching reruns. Like, oh, okay. That shit good. I kept watching.
But I kind of like it that way anyway, because with like when the shows are out and when they new, it's like, damn, I gotta wait a week to see what happened. When I tune into some shit 3, 4, 5 later, you know what I'm saying? 3, 4, 5 years later, I see everything back to back to back. Then I'm sitting there like, damn.
Netflix spoiled us.
Yeah. Then I'm sitting there like, damn, why they ain't make another season? Why they cancel the show? So okay. Southside, or HBO. Yes. Getting back to that. So I saw you and you were extra in season 2.
That's right.
You were in the choir. I seen that. Yes. I know you did other scenes in there, but it was so funny to me seeing you in the choir scene because that episode was hilarious to me. And then now you got the episode with season 3 coming up. Is this something that you're looking to become a regular?
Oh my God, I don't know.
With Southside.
I mean, I don't have any control over it. I would love to be a regular on the show because it would help me pay my bills.
I love
it. That's good. Yes, that's real. But I mean, if I were to be asked by the creators and producers, Bashir and Diallo, to be a series regular on Southside, that would be a dream come true.
Well, we putting it up there. Yeah. We putting it out there.
From your mouth to God's ears. Now, is that going to happen? I don't know, because they probably already have their people that they like. But you know what? I'm so grateful, once again, to have any opportunity I'm getting. I was talking to my dad about it the other day. Like, we're not a show business family. Anything that I'm getting is a miracle, literally. Like, even me and my agent were talking about it, and she was like, you've probably gone further than you even really should have gone. We all know, those certain areas of Hollywood that are only reserved for the upper echelon people.
And he been there, y'all. We're gonna get into
You're
it.
Crazy.
He been there. We're gonna get into it.
And look, I'm gonna come and tell you guys the real story. I'm not gonna tell you guys a fairy tale. Like, do I think I'm ever gonna make it up there? I don't know, because I'm not related to anybody. But which is why probably my agent was like, you've probably gone further than you should have. So at this point, it's just like, well, let's just keep going and see what happened. And that's really where I'm at. And just to like put a little button on that, I wasn't asked this, so sorry that I'm answering a question I wasn't asked, but I also don't have any secret formula or recipe to anything that I've done, you know. I don't even look at myself really as a success, because I know where I want to go. And also, you know, I started in this business almost 12 years ago, and I just got on that treadmill and I just never got off. And somewhere along the way, I got that tunnel vision where I wasn't even paying attention to anything else. So I don't even know how I got here. I don't even know to say that I got somewhere to know that I am somewhere. Okay. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Are we in the Matrix?
I understood that. I understood that. No, man. Look, you said
red pill or blue pill?
You said it the right way though, because it really seemed like it's some type of step-by-step guide. Like, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that, and you get there. And the realness about it is
like this.
For real. You're gonna be in
and
some
I'm 35.
rooms. You're gonna be in some rooms and you're gonna network, and the people are gonna be open. They're gonna be receptive to who you are. You're gonna be in some rooms networking and they're not. Like, it goes back and forth. But if you consistent with it, don't let them no's get you down. You're gonna look around and you're gonna find yourself in rooms with people you're like, I've been in rooms where I'll be like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Oh, don't you start.
You know, it's like, hold on, wait a minute. How did I find myself in this room?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And that works both ways.
Yeah.
That can work good or bad.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I was trying to stay positive, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Because it's like, I got to get the fuck up out of here.
But we're here to tell the real story.
Yeah, it's like, nah, this ain't the room for me. I'm gone. I'm gone. Okay, so Chirac. And I have to ask about Chirac because we had another guest on the show last week who also was a part of these same circles, Cortez Smith from the Chi.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so he was also an extra in Chirac. He did some work with Chicago PD, not on South Side, but I noticed that a lot of the actors and actresses that come and sit down with me, they always have the same similar start: Chicago Med, Chicago PD, you know, stuff like that. So Chirac, tell me about that. How was it working with Spike Lee and all them greats? That was, come on now.
You know what? So it was definitely an out-of-body experience. Everybody was super professional. Nobody would even take pictures. I was like, Spike, can I get a selfie? He's like, I can't do it. Lala wouldn't take no pictures. Nobody would take any pictures. But so I respected the professionalism, and once again, I was just grateful to be a part of it. I mean, I don't get a chance to do a lot of movies because I live in Illinois, and we don't get too many movies that roll through here. But when we do, you know, I try to be a part of it. That was one of those moments, and it was really cool because everyone was super professional. Everyone was super humble. Nick Cannon was eating lunch with the extras. That's how I snapped a picture with him. He was the star of the movie. I got to learn the choreography. I was not hired as a dancer. I was just hired as a background. But when I had got to set, they were teaching the dancers the choreography, and I had just learned it just by watching it. And when we went to do the club scene, I had just kind of pushed myself in there.
That's how you're supposed to do. Like, you ain't got to see that Dubai. Watch this.
I did, and no one said anything because I had the whole dance memorized.
They probably had paid dancers who couldn't memorize that dance like that.
Yo, and I was so, and you know, people that knew the business that had done it longer than me were like, "You're crazy. You're playing yourself. They're supposed to to pay you more for that. But I didn't care. I would have done it for free.
The experience. I know what you're saying. You working, you trying to...
I just wanted an opportunity.
And you snuck in. You can't go...
I snuck in.
Can't somebody pay you when you snuck in.
Yeah. He's like,
I got this.
Like, they gonna pay me when I'm seen on this show.
And you know, a lot of the fire for me comes from growing up and my friends and family and my bullies being like, you ain't gonna make it. Where I'm like, I don't care what I gotta do. I do it for free. Just make sure you see me.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of that comes from, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but that's dope. First of all, the track record behind your visuals that you have been a part of is amazing. Wow. Like when people hit me up about doing the show, I always go do my research first. And I was shocked. You one of them people. I was like, how the fuck did he find me? not to say it like that because I am great. I'm not knocking that for me. I'm great. But I know that there are people who...
You was on the list.
Shut the fuck up, Swagg. Because there wasn't no... Y'all see what I did with...
He wasn't supposed to laugh at that part.
He was not supposed to laugh because he taking it as... I know, he get on my nerves. I am great. I am great at what I do, whether I'm just starting out or not. I am amazing at what I do.
You are, though.
But it's still like platforms that with your track record, it's platforms way bigger than mine that would benefit you way more. And I was sitting there looking at the phone. I'm like, nah, this gotta be fake. Like, this somebody else. This not him, but it really was him. So you was one of the people that had me hit like, whoa, wait a minute. How the fuck he find me? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What am I doing right that this type of blessing is coming to me?
Wow. I appreciate you saying that. That really means a lot to me. I mean, shout out to Brian Stin at WIIT and Fusion Radio who sent over the list and was like, look, these are the hottest, people in Chicago that you need to know. So and I think I already knew you a little bit from like last year from like other stuff, just like seeing you in passing. And you guys, she is a sweetheart and being humble because you have had some really big guests on this show, even bigger than me too. So you saying that to me makes me feel good. So thank you.
Well, look, okay, cause see, we gonna go back and forth passing these flowers. So we're just gonna move on to the next section I want to discuss is media. So you work with Entertainment Weekly and with People's Magazine. I don't mean to say how, but where were you on your journey when you found those blessings falling into your lap?
You know what's so crazy? This happened right in the middle of the pandemic, so I was stuck at home with nothing to do. So I was just cranking out emails and press releases, and I had nothing to do. So I was just like la 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 la, typing away and doing stuff and sending stuff out, and I wasn't getting any kind of response. And I was sending my pictures. I was sending my wannabe red carpet pictures, and I say wannabe because I wasn't actually being allowed on the red carpet at this time yet. So I was like sneaking pictures, and then I was sending them on the internet to like People Magazine and Entertainment Weekly.
And they're like, wait a minute, you weren't supposed to be there.
And I was relentless. Like, I was doing it all the time. They would never respond to me. They would never give me the time of day. Until finally one day, I saw that they had seen my stuff on the chat. You know how it'll say seen you? Mm-hmm. They didn't respond to me, but it was like months and months. It was like 7 or 8 months of me just nonstop sending stuff. And then one day I was like, I should look at it. And I did. And it was like, People Magazine viewed this. And I was like, oh. And then like a few days or a few weeks later, I got an email that was like, do you want to be an insider for People Magazine? Do you want to be an insider for Entertainment Weekly? Do you think you know the hot gossip? So I just applied and through the internet, and they accepted me, and I just been like doing little stuff for them here and there, but it's really nothing special. It's really like anybody can do that, anybody can get involved in, because like, I wasn't like, I have not been connected to anybody that I knew before I did something, if that makes sense. Anything that I did, I met those people when I did that thing that I did.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
I think sometimes people think that like I'm connected or I knew somebody and that's how I got in, but you know, I'm just doing it like everybody else is doing it. So it's just so important for me to tell my story a certain kind of way because I just want people to know that, you know.
So now with we're working with Entertainment Weekly and People Magazine. I know everybody is trying to get you to come to the event. I know that for a fact, and I only say that because I don't even work for outlets like that. And with what I'm doing now, it's like a whole bunch of people. It's like, oh, I want you to come to my event. I want you to come to my event. I don't respond to half of them. And I'm not saying it to be like that, but before you saw me interview this person or before you saw me interview that person, you didn't even believe that I was capable to interview those people.
Yeah.
You see it, and now it's like, oh, you want me at your event because you want me talking about whatever it is you got going on, this, that. I know you deal with that a lot.
Oh gosh, you know what? I have dealt with that a lot. I'll be honest. I hate giving that any attention, but I want to answer it though because it is important. You know, I have gotten that a lot, especially growing up. I've gotten that from my friends. I've gotten that from my family. I've gotten that from people that, you know, that bully you. You know, I mean, you know how it goes. Like, you are not going to do it, and you're not going to this, and you're not going to that. You know what? It is bothersome. It is irritating. It is annoying. But you know what? Every time I look back, I've realized that has been the fire I needed to kind of push harder and to keep going. You know what? And at this stage in my life, at this point in my career, I've become so comfortable with myself. And I know where I came from. I know where I'm at. And I'd like to think I know where I'm headed. There's really not too much people can say that can break me. Don't get me wrong, I'm human, so yes. Is it possible? Of course it is. But, you know, like I said before, I really made something out of nothing. I know sometimes people could look at me and they could be like, thinking that I came from like I had rich parents or something. But you know what? It really couldn't be further from the truth. You know, I had both my parents in the household, but really it was only my dad with the money because he had his own business. And that money wasn't coming to me. Like, that was, I mean, my parents made that clear. Like, that's our money. Yeah. If you want money, then you have to go and do it. You know, so I was never given anything in that way either. I got my first cell phone at 18 years old. I got my first car at 18 years old. And
crazy.
And I crashed that car. And my mom was like, okay, now you gonna ride the bus.
Damn.
And I did. I rode the bus for a good minute there. But, you know, everything has brought me to where I'm at. Everything has made me who I am. At the time, I would be like, man, I hate going through this. But now when I look back, I wouldn't change any of it. And, yeah, you know, I don't know if there was a question in that, but I just went off on a tangent.
I was just going to say, I don't even really think I asked the question. I made more so of a statement.
Yeah.
But you went exactly where you were supposed to go. You didn't go off nowhere. You went exactly where you were supposed to go. Y'all, we here with Andre Bellos. We going to play us a little bit of music. I don't even be knowing who we finna play, but Swagg, play something I like. Hey. That's all I can say is play something I like. We're going to play us a couple tracks. We're going to pay a couple bills. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about the activist part that he's been doing in the community, as well as the other interviews that he has been on. And I got to talk about these interviews, y'all, because he's been interviewed by some dope people. So for him to be sitting across from me, I feel like I could be put in that category with the great people.
So I haven't done too many roles, but probably my most favorite role, gosh, they're all my favorite roles, and they've all been small roles. It's easy just to lump them in one category, but right off the top of my head, no disrespect to anybody, the first two things that come to my mind I would have to say is Chicago Justice, because they gave me a line, so I felt important. And then I'd have to say Southside for two reasons. It's the most fun I've ever had on set.
Okay.
And I got to work with one of my idols, Chance the Rapper.
Oh, that's dope.
So that was super cool for me.
I'll definitely play a Chance song. A little bit of cute too.
Yeah.
You know what, Swagg?
I like the Brother Two Taylor.
Next time.
I love it. Yeah, but I mean, just regular folks, just middle class parents, didn't know no one in show business, no one in my family does it, I'm the only one. Just, I mean, regular stuff. You know, was brought up in the suburbs, you know, middle class suburbs, not rich, not poor.
That's me. I grew up in Maywood, and when I was coming up, Maywood was coming out of the suburb phase, and we was just an extension of out west.
Yeah, no, I get
it. Shut up, because I knew what the fuck you was finna say. That's why I said it. We was coming out of our suburb phase when I was born in 88. Okay. So you think we was coming out of our suburb phase, and by the time I got old enough to start moving around, we was just another little part of out west. They skipped over Ford Park, Oak Park, and sent them motherfuckers right to where we was.
That's funny.
Man, what was you gonna say, Swag?
Nothing.
Right, Y'all, hold on, y'all. So my DJ, all he do is talk shit.
I ain't saying nothing all day.
All he do is talk shit.
I ain't saying nothing all day.
I don't do nothing but come in here and do my job. Just for him to make my job hard, and then y'all wonder why I get on his nerves. As many days
hey, shout out Cardi J. Shout out Cardi J.
Who the fuck is Cardi?
That's the song this is right here.
Oh. Shout out Cardi J.
Cardi J. Shout it out.
Her plans on repeat for like a week now.
Damn, for real? He ain't sent it to me?
I got you.
He don't never send me no music.
I did just send you music last week.
Yeah, you did.
See what I mean?
All the shit from the people that came in that I interviewed.
Swagg Da Mayor, you listen.
Damn. Bro, that shit make me want to footwork. I don't know how to.
Did I fuck it up? Yeah, I sure did fuck that up. Cause it's Empire Radio Club, bitches. There you go.
We are back, y'all. We still got Andre Bellos in the building. Y'all thought we was done. We not.
Nope. We're not.
We not.
And you asked me an awesome question off. Can I answer it
yes,
on? You asked me what has been my favorite role and what would be the role that if I got, I would think, oh my God, I made it. So my favorite role probably has been Southside because I had so much fun on it and I got to work with Chance the Rapper, who was my idol.
Shout out Chance the Rapper.
Shout out Chance the Rapper, putting on for the city.
I can't wait to meet you. We ain't met yet, but it's coming.
Oh, I love him so much. He's like, who is that? And then the role that I got that I would be like, oh my God, I think I made it. I'm here. Would be either James Bond.
Okay.
Or like a superhero, like a Batman or Superman type of thing. I would be like,
that'd be dope. Right.
I'd be like, oh my God, I made it. I'm in a movie. They want to do a sequel. They want an action figure.
That would be
cereal.
And you know that's different because I've asked that question similarly, but most people be like, "Oh, I don't have a favorite," or "I don't," you know what I'm saying? Like that's
I don't either,
different. A superhero.
Oh my girl,
that should be dope.
Cha-ching,
Cha-ching, not long superheroes last.
Man,
every sequel, everyone pop up.
So now look, you said it, so I gotta ask if you could name the superhero.
Yes.
Like if you let's just say you wrote this movie and it was a big hit, like bigger than Black Panther.
Oh my God! I don't think anything can get bigger.
No, but I'm just saying like it grew to be super super big. What would you write? Like what superhero would you write yourself into being?
One that exists or a made up one?
Either a made up one. I want to see where you going.
Oh my God!
I want to see where you going.
Okay, so then because I'm half Greek, it would be like a mythology type thing, like Hercules and Zeus and Athena and all them people fighting up in the universe.
I love Hercules.
Like thunder and that type of. So maybe I would be like something like that, like a Sparta 3000 type of deal, like Gerard Butler, something like that.
Okay. I would be. I don't know if they got a super. I would be a healer.
Oh, I love that.
I would be a healer. I feel like that's my journey. Like that's what I was put on this earth to do. And not saying like heal people like no, that's not what I'm saying. But I feel like we heal with love. You know, any type of pain, any type of bullshit that you're going through, if you get the right type of love and the right amount of doses, that shit'll make you feel all the way better, and it'll make you feel like that shit never happened.
That's for sure.
And I feel like that would be my superpower. I would be a healer. I'd be walking around healing people like a motherfucker.
Here goes the question: DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Definitely
Marvel. I don't get me wrong. I like Batman and all of them, but Marvel got it. I ain't seen a DC movie yet.
The old Marvel. We don't know what Marvel is now because everybody did.
Yeah, facts. R.I.P. Stan Lee. I wonder how many more movies we gonna see him doing the little cutscenes in. Cause you know they got like 13,000 of them bitches in the vault. You know they do. You fool.
He just appearing like dude for Fast and Furious in the movie. Like
so fine. Like Vin Diesel, you dreaming about Paul Walker? What the fuck?
R.I.P. Paul.
First of all, R.I.P. Paul Walker.
I love him. That is good. Y'all something else.
I love me some chocolate, but it's two white men who I would just and that's Paul Walker, R.I.P. and Justin Timberlake.
They look alike.
Who look like?
They do.
Look like
Paul and Justin?
Yeah.
Oh, they might. Paul Walker kind of look like the old Justin Timberlake.
You guys, you know what?
Or the young, whatever.
I love Justin Timberlake too. I was Justin Timberlake for Halloween when he was in NSYNC. And I even got cornrows in high school to be like Justin Timberlake. So Justin Timberlake is cool.
I love
He's cool by me. And so Paul Walker is really cool. That's such a tragic story.
Yeah. I hated that.
Yeah.
I hated that.
Me too.
Because he was doing his thing on the movie side. And he was so handsome. Yeah. Oh, God, why? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get back into it before I get off track. I'm going to start grieving over Paul Walker, y'all. Okay, so, read for literacy.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that just for a tad bit? I'm asking because we come from the same era. And when I was younger, we actually had like reading time at the libraries. My mom and my daddy would take me up to the library, drop me off, we'd sit on the rug, and the people read to us for about an hour or so, maybe 3-4 different books. I saw you doing that. And I don't think the kids have too much access to stuff like that anymore. So can we please talk about how you got into Read for Literacy?
Yeah, there were really big people that had done it before, like Melania Trump. And I just couldn't believe that I, was able to cut through and be able to do it. But more importantly, I was grateful to, give back to that community and help out by reading the books to the kids. And what a lot of people also don't understand is that it's really as simple as maybe like a mom who has a couple kids and can't afford a babysitter, and maybe she's looking for a job, she's at the library filling out applications, and it's like someone's reading to her kids in the wherever, so it kind of gives her a moment to kind of do her thing. So I mean, it's stuff that's like literally as simple as that. It's just like it's all regular people. Everyone's just trying to like make it do what it do. I think sometimes people think charity is just like this person that's just like, whatever. And maybe sometimes it is, but sometimes it's somebody who works and after he's done paying his mortgage, he doesn't have any money for groceries, so he's got to go to a food bank. Yeah. And then we do have the stories, of the people that are, wandering the streets, like the sad story of the walking man who just recently died. And, I just want to say, people, be nicer to homeless people. Yeah, and when I give money to homeless people on the street, please don't pull up next to me and give me dirty looks. Let me do what I want to do. Yep.
You gotta. Some people, they get played. Not every homeless person is out there trying to finesse.
You guys have no idea how that person got there. Don't even judge. Everybody is going through something. You could never even imagine how you could get there. You have to see yourself in everybody, not just successful people. You got to be able to see yourself in someone that's like down on their luck too. I'm just so sick and tired of it. I'm so sick and tired of people not being nice to homeless people. What is that about?
My daddy used to say, but for the grace of God, there goes me. You feel me? Like, and if people had that mentality more, it would be a lot more of us helping each other.
Why are some people luckier than others? I don't know. I mean, what in the world? You guys, we have to do better about this. You guys, we have to do better. This is awful, the way we're treating homeless people. You guys, this is really, really bad. I'm not kidding. We have to do something about this. This is going to be my next thing, I think.
No, I'm glad you said that, because also you worked with I don't want to say a company, an initiative, Solve Hunger.
Right.
So what exactly did that entail? How long were you working with them? Are you still working with them? And can people still reach out to the Read for Literacy? Can we still reach out to these people and work with them as well?
Yeah, you can. You can reach out to everybody. They're all still working and in business. So thank you guys so much. These tax dollars are going to a great cause. What was the other part of the question?
Solve hunger. How did you find yourself working with them? How did you get into that?
I started an initiative in 2017 called Do the Right Thing. I was just traveling state to state in the Midwest. Now it's grown, so we've done the entire United States. And we were just traveling state to state, volunteering at different not-for-profit organizations. And I started to slowly recognize that what my power is attracting attention. I can attract attention to things. Now, what I decide to attract attention to is what will give those things power. You know, I can use my power to be evil, or I can use my power to be a force of good. So in this circumstance, I've chosen to be a force of good. And I would invite the news media out to these locations where we would be volunteering at for the sole purpose of inviting people to volunteer, letting them know that it's cool if I'm doing it, and if you like me, and maybe you should then do it too. We have a shortage of volunteers, and it's even more so now since the pandemic. It's nothing that I'm doing for self-promotion. This is something that I've been doing since I was a kid. My mom forced us to volunteer when we were kids. We didn't even want to do it, and it just stuck with me. Now fast forward to me being 35 years old, I've become a television actor, so now when I volunteer, it's a little bit of a different story, and I'm not able to do it like I may have been able to do it before because I have to work and I have to pay my bills. But I realize that my power is to attract attention to things, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Speaking of attention, we're gonna get into this interview list, and you already kind of gave me a glimpse on how you move and you network to get these things to come to you. So Wendy Williams is one, Live with Kelly and Ryan, The View, NBC News, and Nick Cannon. Y'all know Nick Cannon got a lot of shows, okay? But Nick Cannon, he got a lot of kids, he got a lot of shows. I'm not even mad at the man because he got enough money to take care of all them kids and their mamas. So Nick, keep doing what you're doing. But Nick Cannon got a daytime television show, correct? Right. Where it's like he doing like the Steve Harvey thing. Yeah. It ain't no wilding out. He keeping it intact. So those are some big names. Like, where do I start with this question? Because it's like, hey, like you said like you still trying to figure out where you are. You know what I mean? As far as on the journey to what you're doing. But to me and to people like me on the outside looking in, these names, you done made it somewhere for these people to be wanting to, you know what I'm saying, sit down with you and share their platform and let you tell your story on their platform. Yeah. So we're gonna start with Wendy Williams because, baby, okay. So how did the Wendy Williams interview go? What was more so the content? Because Wendy known to be a little messy.
Okay, so first of all, shout out to Wendy. I love Wendy. Get well soon, Wendy. We miss you. There's never gonna be another Wendy. Nobody can do the tea like Wendy does. That came about during the pandemic. I have an agent that helps me get tickets to different award shows. And there wasn't really much going on during the pandemic, but some of these talk shows were doing virtual stuff and they were looking for audience members. So I was trying to get involved and, you know, they were looking for people to be guests and come on the show with Wendy. And that's really how it came about. It really kind of came about on accident. They wanted to talk to me and they put me on for a specific day and they ended up virtually and they ended up running out of time. I was all ready with my hair, my makeup and my clothes and everything, my ring light in the house, but it got canceled at the last minute and then they wanted me to talk to one of the producers right after that, which I did. And they were like, we'll try to get you back on next week. And then like 45 minutes later, they called me back and they were like, our guest is in the car and they're running late. They can't make it. They canceled. Can you come on? You're already ready. Don't change, blah, 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 blah. And it just kind of happened that way. So sometimes, I guess, things just be coming out of nowhere, I guess.
No, they definitely do. And Wendy had a super big platform.
53 countries.
Right.
And for you to be one of the guests that it didn't entail none of your dirty laundry, I find that to be a plus. I love Wendy Williams because I get all my tea.
And also, I'm not that famous. So people don't, it ain't that kind of interest where people want to know what I'm doing and who I'm screwing and how I'm I mean, if I get big like that, then yeah, people want to know that kind of stuff. But like right now, I'm in I call it such a sweet spot in my career where I can enjoy myself and feel inside of my heart as big as I want to feel and still have my privacy. I'm an extremely private person, which is kind of weird that I want to be in the entertainment business. But yeah, I'm kind of like in that little space where I'm enjoying it, But do I want to be big one day? I mean, yeah, of course I do.
You keep saying one day, and I'm telling you, you are big already. I don't know why this man keep talking about one day. You are big already. And this is coming from, I was that little girl who wanted to be in the entertainment industry. As a child, I was not encouraged to do so because my parents were preachers and they knew all of the ungodly stuff that went on to be a part of the industry.
Right.
But I was that little girl who wanted to be on the red carpet doing interviews, and now I find myself doing exactly what I wanted to do as a child. I've come across some people that I said, man, I really want to sit down, I really want to do this. I've come across some of those people, but you've already worked with some of them people, so you are big. I don't care how small the role was to you. Everybody play a part, and people look at it like extras are just extras, but they're not. Like, granted, yeah, there are other extras.
You can't film without the extras.
And there are other extras, but certain projects wouldn't be what it was if without you weren't extras, there. You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly, it could be 20 extras, but if your scene wouldn't be your scene without you. You know what I'm saying? You bring what you bring to the table.
Exactly.
So I don't care how small the role is, how small the interview is. You are great. You are big already.
Oh,
and I am honored. I am honored that you came to sit down with me. Okay, now you say you private, but we do got a couple. I do got a couple questions. Personal life. We talked about your mom and your dad, where you came from. Is there somebody special right now that you're sharing this journey with?
You know what? I'm not. I'm just hooking up, being a little thought.
Oh Lord. At least he was honest.
But, I should be slowing down and finding a partner. I'm 35 years old. I'm not ready to be monogamous. I'm not ready to just have one person.
It's do you want a family? Do you want, or is it, you just all about Andre right now?
You know what? I'm a pretty selfish person. I do want a family one day. I'm already older though. I'm 35. I'm late. I should have did it already. But I think maybe when I'm more established in my career, I have some more money. Maybe I could adopt or have a surrogate, in 5 years when I'm 40. Has that crossed my mind? Yes. When I was in my 20s, I was like, I don't care about being a dad. I'm never going to have kids, blah, 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 blah. But now I do want to be a dad one day. I do want to have kids one day. But dang, I'm still stuck on me time.
Okay.
So
you sound like me. I'm selfish to an extent. I want a family. I want children. But outside of wanting children and possibly the man to father them, I might not even want to stick with him too long. But outside of that, I don't want to share shit with nobody else. And then I got this mentality. It's like I'm I don't want to date right now because I'm working so hard.
I know.
But I don't want to get to where I'm going and then start dating, because if you ain't got more money or more anything than me, I ain't going to want to fuck with you, because you might not have fucked with me before I got to this point.
Okay.
So
it can't be both of us that's broke.
You know what I'm saying?
One of us got to have some money.
Like, it got to work. It got to work out. So I feel like I'm a toss-up in the air, because I want somebody to do the work with me. But I don't have time to even get to know nobody for them to do the work with me right now. Same.
And like literally you have no idea, but like I have just, and I meet beautiful people everywhere I go, but I'm never in one place long enough. I am on the road.
Yep.
And I don't know if people know that about me, or if people maybe have guessed that, or if people think, I live in Los Angeles, but I don't. I live in Illinois, so I'm traveling. I am on the road. When you guys see me out and about, I done spent my money and hopped on a plane, and because it's not going on where I live.
So, the award shows. I know it's clicking. I wanted to ask about this. Every time I look up, you got on some nice suits, sitting front row at the award shows. Like, I'm talking about bright lights, and I'm not even saying this to be funny. You look
you gonna make me cry right now.
You look like
I know what I've been through to get there.
Yeah. You look like you're supposed to be there.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Don't do that.
It's certain
It's not
things,
even 12 yet.
They have competitions to where you can go to this award show or that award show, and the people get there and you can tell they've never been to places like that, so they don't really know
I've never been to places like that.
But you look like you belong.
God bless
the
you.
AMAs, honey.
God bless you.
I'm talking about the suit was amazing.
God bless you. I've never been to places like that. I've never been allowed to places like that. That's for you have to be a starter to be allowed into those places. I don't know how I'm getting in there. I mean, if I had to take a guess, all jokes to the side, it's probably because my influencing, you know what I'm saying? Because I get around real actors and I'd be like, oh, he's an influencer. And I get around real influencers and they'd be like, oh, he's an actor.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's not much different from how I grew up, being half white and half Latino. I'd hang out with the Latino kids, but I wasn't Latino enough to hang with them. And then I'd hang out with the white kids, but I wasn't white enough to hang out with them. So growing up, all my friends were people that were outcasts. It would be the people that didn't fit in the other groups. So all the people that were rejected from their own group would come together and create another hybrid group. Yeah. That was a group that I was a part of. So for me, it's always been like that. I've never looked at myself as someone that's successful. I never looked at myself as someone that was talented or popular or good looking. When I tell you, I made my mind up a long time ago of what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be, and I let nothing get in my way.
I heard that.
I
heard that.
And it makes me emotional because it's every step of the way, they will try to stop you.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
And every step of the way, they will try to put you in a box. But you have to work so hard to break. Thank you. You have to work really hard to break through that, And I didn't have anybody to lean on because I didn't come from a show business family. So my parents were don't even bring it up because we told you not to do it to begin with.
Yep.
So it wasn't easy, and it's still not easy, and it's still not hard. But you know what? I tell any little boys and little girls out there, if you really want to do it, really have a passion for it, and you know who you are. No one knows what you're capable of but you. If you're a true artist, can't nothing stop you anyways. You don't need some C-list unknown actor on Empire Radio telling you, "Hello, don't give up." You know you're not supposed to give up. Exactly. If it's your destiny, it's your destiny. Because absolutely nobody can close the door God has opened for you. You know?
Okay, say that because I don't care who got what to say. When God gave it to you, can't nobody take it from you.
Not even the devil. That's why the devil be working hard.
Even the devil,
and I want people to know
when God say move.
Because you have to know that the devil can't curse you. He wants you to curse yourself.
That's it. That's it. I'm telling y'all. And
as far as the award shows, just to put a button on what you asked, I don't know how I'm going up there. Those are comps coming from my acting agency because I couldn't even afford afford those tickets. And the crazy thing, you didn't ask me this, but I just feel like it ties into what you're saying. The crazy thing is I went to Billboard in Vegas back in May, and I seen like a bunch of legends, like, you know, Smokey and Lionel and all these other people. And I had done like MTV Movie and TV Awards and some other stuff. And then when I went back to do the American Music Awards, like you just brought up, which was last month in LA, I kid you not. And people gonna think can we curse on this show? Yeah. People gonna think I'm full of shit. But I kid you not, because I'm so nerdy and I get so into the business. I'm just so obsessed with it, especially the legends and the greats. I mean, grew up listening to vinyls with my dad of like Jackson 5 and Lionel Richie and the Commodores and all of that. I mean, where they had me sitting, which was the left wing in the front row off to the corner. And that was the same corner they were bringing all the stars in. So anytime someone would come, I mean, like they brought like Smokey Robinson through there, and I was like, or they would bring Lionel Richie, and I was like, wow. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, should we stand up? And they took notice to that. But what was even more crazy is that they were like, oh, hey, how are you? Good to see you again. How's it going? And all the other audience members were like, how does he know that guy? Who is that guy? How do you know them? How does he know you? I was like, I don't know how they know me. You know, I seen them at the other show, but I'm like, you see so many people, you don't remember me. But when you say things like, it feel like you supposed to be there. Yeah. When they say hi to me, I feel accepted by them.
You see what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. One of the best advice I ever got would try to do this. You know, like say try to go to like music conference and everything. They say try to get familiar. Make people get familiar.
It's so real.
Yeah, they get familiar. See you now.
So real.
I just go to BET Awards and all this like, oh, Chi-Town.
It's crazy how that works. It's so crazy how real that is. And I just want to say, after I was done at the show, I went to this restaurant called Fixin's right next door at the American Music Awards, and my phone was about to die, so I was going in there to charge it. And they was like, everybody move, we got a special guest coming. I'm like, who's the special guest? And I look outside, and it's Stevie Wonder. We just got done seeing him come at the show. Right. He came in, and they took him in the back corner in this black box, and he ate. And then after he was done, they were walking him out. And he had a handler walking him because he's blind. And I went up there and I was like, I'm so sorry to bother you, but could I please take a picture with Stevie? I came all the way from Chicago to see him perform. I just seen him perform at the AMAs. I leave tomorrow back to Chicago. It would mean the world to me. It'd make my trip so much better if I could get a picture with him. And they did. They were like, go ahead. They let me get 2 pictures with him and everything. And I like told Stevie, I was like, you're so iconic and you're so legendary, and thank you for everything that you've done. I mean, it don't mean nothing coming from me. I'm sure you heard it from the best of the best his whole entire life, but I mean, it was super cool. I mean, my dad called me and was like, what the fuck you doing hanging out with Stevie? I'm like, I don't know.
Those moments be super dope. I ain't got to that level of the icons yet, but those moments definitely be super dope. I done had my share of moments where it's just like, oh my God, I met this person. Like, shit ever went so good for y'all. Y'all get to ride at home and it feel like you still floating. Literally feel like you're floating after shit be so good.
For a whole day.
It's like
I thought I was the boss of something after that. I did. I thought I was running the show. I got to the airport. They put me right in my place.
After
They was like, you're late and you're gonna pay $100 and you're gonna leave tomorrow. I was like, okay. I was on my phone canceling appointments.
See, look, the way he said, like he felt like he the boss. After every
I felt like I was the boss till I got to the airport.
Like these motherfuckers can't tell me shit on this media shit. I got to buy. I'm telling you,
till I got to the airport.
Man, look, it ain't no airport, but in this industry, they will definitely try to put you on fucking plane. And I snapped.
Boy, if I was famous, I would have been on TMZ. Yes, I went off on Spirit. I was so angry. I did not want to pay the $99.99. I was like, what the? But hey, it's real. It was a moment.
So now I gotta ask. I have 2 more questions before we get up out of here. Okay. So of all them interviews I just named, Wendy Williams.
Don't you do it.
Yeah, I am. Live with Kelly and Ryan, The View, NBC News, and Nick Cannon Show. Which was your favorite interview?
You know what?
I didn't add us.
No, this I'm having a blast. That for right now, that's for sure. You know, out of what you mentioned, you know, they were really all my favorites. I mean, like Kelly and Ryan, that's crazy. Wendy. That's ridiculous. One you didn't mention was Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. I did that one too.
Oh, that one missed my radar. The View is...
They're all my favorite.
Like,
and a lot of these shows don't look like they going away anytime soon, so I just can't pick a favorite.
When you did The View?
No. But she sent me a video saying thank you so much for coming. And yeah, that was so sweet. Yeah, she sent me a video to my email and I opened it. She was like, hey, it's Whoopi. And I was like, oh, if you want to be somebody.
Okay, if you want to go somewhere.
You better wake up and pay attention. Y'all have no idea.
Shout out Whoopi Goldberg.
That song. Y'all have no idea. That song, Whoopi, I love you so much. That song, you have no idea. That song pulled me back from the edge.
Man.
That and the music of Mariah Carey, you have no idea.
See, that Sister Act 2 hit home for me because I had that. It wasn't the exact situation, but how hard Lauryn Hill mama was on her.
That's my mom.
That's how my mom was. So I felt that like, man, I just want to go to the party and dance. I just want to go and sing with the singing group, and you won't let me do the shit. Like, man.
That is my mom. Yo, D, Sheryl Lee Ralph, Dreamgirls. She's iconic, and she finally just got her just due. So shout out to her.
I love D.
That was my mom.
Yeah.
That movie spoke to me. I would cry watching that movie. Yeah. I was like,
I cried every time because why you just couldn't listen to her? Why you just couldn't take the time to see that music?
It's okay.
The music was really gonna be
I'm
that
with you, sis.
Her dad.
Sis, I'm with you.
Shorty was mad because her daddy left, went out there chasing the dreams. And that's not gonna be me.
Yeah, girl, I was.
My daddy didn't leave, y'all.
I was looking at Lauryn Hill like, oh my God, that's just like me. Only you're a boy, you're white, you have both of your parents.
Like, I didn't run away. I didn't play with my mama like that. My mama would have beat the fuck out of me. So
I would have got too hungry.
I just used to sit in the room, man. And y'all ever got in trouble and then like you go in the room and you be saying like the off the wall shit about your mom?
Oh my! Under my breath.
Like,
well, I don't really care about this anyway.
You feel
She'd be like, what'd you say? I'd be like, nothing. I didn't say anything.
Like go outside.
She'd be like, oh, I thought you said you don't care.
And shit. Like I was a crazy ass kid.